God of life and of love, we pause now to ask your presence as we seek to honor a friend, a family member, a colleague, and a responsible member of this community. We give thanks for the life of Skip Mainiero and for what he brought us individually, as members of the university community, and as a citizen of the city of Laverne. We have mourned his passing, but today, as we dedicate this square, we ask that it will become a symbol for what he lived for, and a motivation to all of us that his love for life, his enthusiasm for education, his ability to foster friendships, his propensity to have fun, and his concern for enriching the community be extended by those of us who are present here today. These things we ask. Amen.
I think, as we all know, Laverne is a very special city, and it's made so by some very special people. In the past, on occasion, we've named various public facilities for some of these people. We all know Coons Park. It was named after former Mayor Henry Coons. We have Mills Park up in North Laverne, named after Scooby Mills, who was a Laverne longtime coastal liver and fireman. As John mentioned, we have Van Duzen Fountain, named after Ray Van Duzen, well-known local businessman. We have Durward Way up by the high school and city hall, named after Arthur Durward, former mayor and principal at Bonita High. And we have a number of others like that. Today we make such an additional dedication. We have named this refurbished square Mainiero Square after John Skip Mainiero. He was a professor, he was an administrator, he was active on numerous civic groups, he was a church member and a strong contributor, to name just but a few. But I think more important for me to mention is the soul he brought to all of his life's work. He was a humble guy. He was fun-loving. He loved joy. He was hard-working and loved to work side by side with everyone. He was caring. He was supportive. He was insightful. He was intelligent. Skip was the kind of person that has made Laverne a special place after it is. Skip was magical in the way he brought joy and learning to everyone. You always felt better off for having been at Skip's presence. Laverne is a town of teachers and learners. It is a place of joy and hard work. Skip Mainiero was Laverne and all it stands for. When I think of Skip, probably above all, I think of a man of relationships. He adored his family and was deeply committed to his family. He was loyal to his friends and were wonderful friends. He loved teaching and he was committed to his students. In all of his great relationships, he brought richness and strength and magic to him. Like Skip, Laverne is a city of relationships. And so it's so symbolic that we would have dedicated this square for a man who is so much like Laverne. So in his honor, we'd like to name this square for John Skip Mainiero. It connects the city of Laverne with the University of Laverne. And I think no person better symbolizes that connection than Skip. I only ask that may all those who sit here in the future to talk with one another, to learn from one another, to relate to one another, just remember the master teacher who loved to talk, who loved to learn himself, who loved to teach, and most of all, who loved to relate. John Skip Mainiero. Thank you.
Another such person is Steve Morgan, president of the University of Laverne. Steve?
John, I couldn't help but listen while you were praying, and you talked about Skip's propensity to have fun, and just at that moment, one of the balloons popped. Now, you can take that for what you want to, but we all know that Skip's spirit lives on in all of us, and we enjoy it every day, and I can't help but think he's here today and maybe had a pin in one finger. Skip loved the city of Laverne, He lived right here on 3rd Street down the way. He loved everything about this downtown area because it represented a lot of what he was. Human relationships, people enjoying each other's company, a little bit of the old-fashioned and the way things used to be when we were growing up as kids in small towns. And so it's appropriate that this Mainiero Square is a gateway between the city of Laverne and the University of Laverne, because he loved the university too, and he gave a great deal of his life to making the University of Laverne a stronger institution. And as we look over our shoulder at the project that's just about to be completed on our campus, we can't help but remember that Skip was really instrumental in providing the funding and a great deal of the planning that's going into that project. And I'm sure if Skip were here, he would say this is a little bit fancy for him, because Skip really didn't like fancy things. But I think it's an appropriate tribute, and he would be delighted that Brian Worley did this work around the fountain, because he admired Brian's work and creativity so much. And Skip loved projects. He loved projects like this one. He would have been here with his shirt sleeves rolled up, and he would have been helping with the concrete work, and he probably would have been helping Brian a little bit with the tile work. So this is such an appropriate tribute to him. I want to thank the city of Laverne for making this tribute possible, for seeing that this square is a gateway between the University of Laverne and the city of Laverne, because in Skip's years as an administrator particularly, he worked very hard to build that relationship between the city and the university. He saw them as one, he wanted them to be one, and I want all of you to know that we continue that commitment, and we will ensure that that partnership lives forever, and this square will be a symbol to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, and on behalf of the city of Laverne, I can certainly reaffirm our commitment that this is literally and figuratively a gateway between the community and the university. It's not a new gateway because I think it's been in existence for over 100 years, but this is a reaffirmation of that gateway and those relationships and those partnerships, and we're certainly mutually committed to those concepts. To this community and to those who have provided so much service, and to this concept of relationships and partnerships, which have meant so much to this city and to all of us assembled here. So at this time, if all of our operations are working, we will officially dedicate this square and turn on the fountain.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Well, no, it's good.